Hi, Mom.
Hey,
Hi.
can you hear me?
Yeah.
What are you outside?
Yeah.
Oh, how nice.
I know, it's so nice out.
Okay. All right, girl.
You want to go outside?
Can I go outside?
No, but it's nice out.
Yeah, I have such a headache. I can't think straight.
Do you?
Uh-huh.
I'm
Have a coffee.
I actually almost made myself a coffee just now.
I wasn't gonna have any today, and I was like, I can't even. So I'm having one now.
Yeah, I literally almost made a coffee.
Yep. Ahead of you. So how are we doing?
Good. Yeah.
You want to talk about? What do you want to talk about?
I thought you were going to talk about
Benefits of cardio? Yep.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to talk about, but I wasn't sure if people had questions, about the fasting thing.
A lot of people are really enjoying the fasting. Somebody asked me how many days a week they can fast.
I mean, you could fast every day of the week. If you're doing a 16, 8, or whatever you're doing, it can work every day of the week. Some people do it every day. Some people, they've done research on just about everything. They've even done like a 36-hour fast, 12 hours, your window's open, then back to 36. They've done research. So whatever feels good, whatever feels right to you, whatever is working for you, that's what I would do.
Yeah.
Everybody's lifestyle is a little different. So some people, it's going to be harder with their work schedule. Some people are up at night. Some people are, have maybe don't have a lunch break. And so therefore they sort of got to grab food when they can, so it depends on what's working for you. And that's what I would do. So if it works every day of the week, do it every day of the week.
Yeah.
And the more you do it, the better. So yeah, every day of the week is certainly advisable.
Yeah, and the more you do it, the easier it becomes. It becomes like second nature.
Yeah, it just becomes the way you eat,
Yep. Yeah. It really is like a lifestyle then at that point.
Yeah. So, yeah. So, the reason I wanted to address cardio is because so many cheap, easy personal trainers will just say, abs are made in the kitchen, and you're doing too much cardio, you got to strength train, and I know a lot of men that fall into the category of never doing cardio, and they just lifted weights their whole life. But it did seem like when they were in high school, they didn't do cardio, or they did play sports. So they were doing that, and they certainly felt good. And the increase in all the good benefits of cardio were there. And then they decided to lift weights. And I know from seeing the way my husband lifts weights, because I go with him sometimes, it's, really lifting heavy, taking like a minute and a half break, lifting heavy. So basically there's almost no cardio. Not that there's not a benefit to your heart, but it's nothing like the benefit to your heart when you're doing cardio. And I just can't listen to all the little memes and things I see on, you're doing too much cardio, you need to just strength train. Your heart is a muscle. You absolutely need to work it out. I'm not discounting strength training. There's definitely a time and a place for it. And the time and place is right alongside with your cardio, which is why we added so much strength in the back room to Biker Bar. We bought all sorts of dumbbells and
The barbell.
Barbells, and we totally committed to that because I believe in that. But you want to, there's so many benefits you can get out of cardio. So I'll just go through strengthening your heart and your lungs. And I made notes too. So if I go back and forth to my notes, So, well, I mean, I could just tell you, but so you're producing heat, which is, and if you read anything about heat shock proteins, how beneficial they are to you, and definitely can get them in a sauna. Only how many people have a sauna in their house?
You.
But not everybody does, and I only got one, you know, when I'm in my late 50s, right? So you could definitely do that, but it's not enough just to sit in a sauna to get the heat shock proteins. But if you read about heat shock proteins, then maybe we could do a whole thing on that next time. But that's a whole nother science.
Okay.
So your heart gets bigger and stronger. Your muscles work harder, so they need more oxygen. Your blood needs more oxygen, so your lungs work harder. You build more capillaries. There's more oxygen flowing to your through your body to your heart, getting more oxygen. Therefore, it increases your VO2 max, and your VO2 max is something that is almost a fitness indicator. So research shows that after 6 months of just doing cardio, your VO2 max increases about 20 to 25%. So that measures the rate of your body, can transport oxygen to your muscles for fuel. So that 20% is, again, even if you're just doing step aerobics or you're just spinning or you're just running, they're going to increase every other sport you do. Everything you try, you're going to be increased by 20%, which is incredible. It's awesome. It's something you want. So even though a lot of people start out doing cardio because they want to burn the calories, although it's a good calorie burner, it's not enough to offset, you know, the day-to-day food that we eat. So your exercising and your cardio is more to keep building your muscle, building the oxygen, the heat, all those things are going to be beneficial and give you all the other benefits, which are, you know, confidence, not as much depression. You're going to sleep better. Your heart's going to be better. Your muscles are going to be stronger. You're going to feel better about yourself. Those things.
If you start working out in general, yeah.
Right. So the four biggest things that the takeaway is your heart, brain, better sleep, and increased metabolism. Those are things that you are super beneficial and what you're looking for. And we used to be, you know, hunter-gatherers, and we've become pretty much get in your car, drive to work, sit at work, do your job, come home, sit and watch TV, go to sleep, you know. So we lost all that in between where we were getting physical. And so as such, there's been an increase in things like heart disease and, you know, diabetes and depression and the dementia. So I've come up with a chart, and I've watched a lot of podcasts on it. So
when you say watch podcasts, you actually do watch podcasts. It sounds weird to other people, but you watch them on YouTube, right?
Yeah, I don't listen so much to podcasts as I watch them, because I like to, I don't know, I get a better feel for watching them. I watch them all the time. Yeah. I'm so interested in learning things. I am one of those people that hates watching a movie more than once. I've seen it. I don't want to see it again. What am I going to learn from it? If I'm not going to learn something, I can't do it. I don't want to see it.
Yeah.
I constantly want to learn something. I like documentaries better than movies. I'm that weirdo that just, I'd rather see a documentary than a movie. But anyways, so if you work out about 75 minutes a week, but hardcore, not the guidelines by the US, which is like, you know, you've met your MEPs, you know, for the week. Well, push yourself a little harder, you know.
Sorry, it's so loud over here.
That's okay. So as far as pushing yourself and pushing your MEPs a little harder than even the guidelines, and even what you think you're doing. So more like vigorous workouts. So a MEP, and everybody wants to know what a MEP and a SEP is, right? Because when we do our SPIVI, we've got SEPs, which is just it's just the international unit of MEPs, okay? They call them SEPs, we call them MEPs. So sitting, it would be one MEP. So vigorous, like jogging, running, swimming, biking, vigorously, those would be your higher MEPs.
MEPs, yeah.
Yeah. So MEPs are metabolic equivalency. So 3 times the amount of MEPs of sitting would be something like gardening or walking or like the water aerobics. So you have to, if one is sitting, whatever is that much more aggressive or vigorous than sitting, that's how you figure out a MEP. Okay. So one MEP is like what we're doing right now. We're just one MEP in it. And then 3 MEPs I've got would be gardening, walking, water aerobics. Okay, so you consider a 1 MEP would be really low, 3 to 6 would be moderate, 6 to 10 would be high. The running, the swimming laps, and then biking pretty fast or spinning. Yeah. So and then strength training, the optimum is actually 2 days a week. 3 days a week is good too. You could do 4 days a week, but optimum, try to get 3 days of cardio, 2 days of strength, or 3 and 3, whatever you can do. 3 and 2 is really good. So, and what they found is this reduces heart disease 35%, dementia 30%, diabetes 40%, hip fractures 68%.
Wow.
Yeah. Depression 30%, cancer 30%, colon cancer 30%. So they can get specific. Breast cancer 20%, and then all-cause mortality 30%. So if you can maintain that 75 minutes a week combination cardio, which really isn't that much when you break it down to 24 hours in a 7-day week, and vigorously, just all those Western diseases come right down, even not even counting, having a great diet, which,
right, which is a huge part of it too.
Which would increase all those numbers even to higher. The better.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And also when they tested, they found that children are at about 15% of that goal a week, which is terrible. And this is with gym when they're in school, with recess. So they're 85% off, which is not good. Yeah.
Yeah. Our gym class was a joke. Mine in public school.
Was your what?
It was a joke. My gym class.
Well, yeah. Even when I taught gym class, a lot of by the time you're done getting gym class is 45 or 50 minutes, and then you take 10 minutes to get dressed, 10 minutes in the beginning, 10 minutes in the end to get dressed, then 5 minutes explaining from the teacher what you're going to do, and then taking turns going into whatever you're playing or whatever, standing around a little bit. Yeah, it doesn't, there's not a lot of so dance classes are good, and yoga for kids is a great idea, although it doesn't get your heart rate up super high. But going for walks, when we were young, basically we rode our bikes everywhere. It's not a big thing anymore. People play video games and stay home more, but we definitely walked a lot more, and we definitely our parents did not taxi us all over the place, usually because they had, I came from 6 kids. My parents were not going to be taxiing 6 kids. It's a lot easier with 2 kids, I think. So that's why it happens. But I just wanted to state a case, because I hear so much about, strength training, and that's not everybody's goal, is to just go into the gym and not do something for your heart. And the other thing is that when I hear like cardio is boring, or, you know, it's another thing we've done with spinning. I mean, in our studio, we make it so much fun. I mean, there's TVs, there's other people are there. There's hopefully the instructor is funny and fun and interesting and motivating, and the metrics board is going to give you some idea of how you're doing, and you even have one in front of you. So I mean, there's a lot of bells and whistles going on. If you're bored in a 45 to 50 minute spin class, when we have so much going on, you know, then you're going to be bored doing anything, you know. It's just we tried to take a lot of the boredom out of that.
Yeah.
And you can look at your heart rate too. I mean, there's a lot of things you could be.
And the music, the BPMs, I don't think are below 100, and you know.
180.
They're different, but I don't think anybody's BPMs are below 100 or 80.
Yeah, no, I mean, unless you're doing a serious, like, slow climb, and hopefully, you know, and that's the other thing, music is so good for you. So I mean, they found that medicine and psychiatrists and for depression, exercise works just as well. And, you know, they've tested placebo, psychiatrists, medicine, and working out. And basically, it's pretty equal. And I do know that a lot of people use exercise to burn off some steam,
Stress,
so that they're not depressed, and maybe extra energy they have that they need to like work off. And also it's very social. And so hopefully I think that we've taken a lot of the boredom aspect, if that was your problem with working out. And I can totally see that, because back in the day, you know, get on a treadmill and walk for 50 minutes.
It is boring, honestly. Yeah. It is boring.
Even when they put a screen up there to look at what you were doing, okay, that's good for 5 minutes. And then even if like in front of you, like at the gym, they have like TV on, but you can't hear it. Okay, that'll take another 5 minutes, but then basically it is boring. Yeah. Or getting on a bike in a you know, recumbent bike or something in a gym or in your house. Okay, yeah, I agree, it's boring. But I think we've taken that boring aspect off the table, hopefully.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah. So I don't want to make this long today. I was trying to make it really short for you, because I know how.
That's great.
Yeah. So I just tried to get like some key bullet points about MEPS and SEPs. Any questions about that, let me know. I know a lot of people have questions with that. It's basically just a unit they came up with so they can give you an idea of what your goal you need to meet every week. So, you know, and it comes on your SPIVI. It comes on your MyZone too.
Yeah, it's MEPS, not SEPs.
Right. SEPs is European, MEPS, but that's from Australia. So, right, so they're more in line with the United States.
Yeah.
So it's just a unit, it's just a measurement, so they can tell you where you're at weekly, and you have something, a gauge, an indicator of how many, how close you are to meeting your goal for the week.
Do you think you burn more MEPS when you're in a sauna? Like, do you think that affects your MEPS, even if you're just sitting?
No.
No? Okay, so it's physical activity.
Yeah, as far as the sauna, what I was saying, I was talking more about heat shock proteins and in your body heating up from inside, which is so good for you and so helpful.
I don't know enough about that. So that might be a good thing to talk about. I honestly don't know anything about that.
Yeah, it's really interesting, and it's a newest kind of words you've never heard of before. So it's something we can talk about.
Okay.
Next time, for sure.
Right.
But yeah, you're not gonna actually have enough MEPS. It's not like you can just go in a sauna and replace working out with a sauna. It would be nice, but it doesn't work. It's not going to work that way. Okay. Anyway, yeah. But so my best advice would be to vigorously work out at least 3 times a week, two days a week for strength training, optimum for health, and honestly, consistency is the best thing. I know some people go guns blazing 6-7 days a week, 5 days of, cardio, 3 days of lifting, and then they either get an injury or they burn out or they just, they get sick of it, something. You just want to, if you want slow and steady wins the race and to feel the best, that's the best.
Totally.
Yeah. And along with, and I also think fasted cardio is great. If it doesn't work for your schedule, it doesn't work. And so don't beat yourself up. If you can work out and not eat anything first, I think a lot of those 6 a.m. people, they are not eating before they are working out, and that's been happening since for a long time. And nobody's fallen over. We certainly have enough body reserves to live off of that. We don't,
Yeah.
Even if you went to bed at 9 o'clock at night, you're still not even at 12 hours if you're working out at 6 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like you have to eat. But if you can prolong that and do a fasted cardio, your body is way more likely to go into ketosis and start burning sugars and your fat reserves than it is to, if you ate something, then your body's using that fuel that you just ate, and not getting to your fat reserves. And hey, there's a lot of people that don't have fat reserves. And I hate those people, but and so they don't need that, but
yeah.
So they should be opting for still working out and eating healthy. It doesn't mean that just because you can eat a candy bar and it's not going to show on you, it doesn't mean it's not going to show up somewhere down the line, because it is.
Down the line, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, yeah, this has been informative. It's still 26, so we did go for almost 30 minutes. You did.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's good. I'll get some feedback, I'm sure, so they'll let me know what they want to talk about, and
okay. So we got all the benefits: heart, lungs, sleeping better. It's better for your memory. You'll have less insomnia, depression. It reduces stress and improves learning. It gives you confidence. It actually gives you more. When people say, I'm too tired to work out, we all know that within a couple of weeks, you actually have more energy, right?
Yeah.
Right? So the one caveat I always want to say is, when you start exercising doesn't mean you need to start adding calories.
Yeah, that's a huge thing people ask.
Yeah. It's a cruel joke. It's unfair. It should fall that way.
Yeah.
And for those people that don't have a weight problem, it's probably true.
Yeah, but it's not just them like making this up in their head or thinking that because it makes sense. Like MyFitnessPal, if you go on that app, it really like adds calories to your day once you put in a workout.
Yeah.
So we're wired to think that, and then it's kind of reinforced on like.
Yeah, don't believe MyFitnessPal. That's for somebody who isn't trying to, and listen, it's the 21st century. Food is all over the place. It's readily available. It's presented to us beautifully. There's things in there we didn't necessarily even eat 20 years ago, 30 years ago. So that probably used to be the way it was. If you worked all day at a physical job, you probably were burning a lot more calories and needed to supplement. But nowadays it's not even happening. The reason you're working out and you're doing even more exercise is because we pretty much live a sedentary life, and even more so in the winter around here.
Yeah.
We get excited.
Right.
Yeah, and for Bills games, and we shovel. But other than that, we're pretty sedentary. So adding this cardio, adding the strength training is basically just pretty much replacing what we aren't doing, what we need to do.
What we should do, yeah.
Taking it up a notch, because we're instead of doing MEPs from 1 to 4, 5, or 6. We're going from 6 to 9.
Yeah.
Or steps.
Or steps.
Yeah. I hear your bird chirping.
There's so many birds. I know. There's so many cars.
There's so many birds in my backyard. Yeah. I need
they're living their best life.
Yeah. You need an ornithologist or whatever they're called to identify.
Yeah.
I've been in the garage, like trying to organize my garage all day. So I don't know that it's cardio. I've definitely hit 3 to 4. Maybe in anger, I hit a 9 once or twice. I don't know if that counts.
Wow.
I wish it counted, because as many times as I flip out or get angry, you would think that would measure like an 8 or a 9 on them, but it doesn't. So yeah, okay. So next time we can talk about check proteins.
Okay.
Or whatever, and prepared for something else, because it's pretty new science, so there's not a lot on it, but it's you know, a great, it's one of the other benefits of cardio that you're not going to get from strength training. You are not, I mean, I get pretty warm when I'm lifting weights, but nothing like the sweat baby that I become from
what about
spinning.
Step and spin? I
was just gonna say, when I do step or spin, like, it's crazy. Yeah.
It's unreal.
I am just burning, and I started out freezing. I literally, last night I had a sweatshirt on, and I'm like, all right, I'm going to take it off and get on the bike, and I'm freezing. And by the last 3 songs, I felt like I was on fire.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah, I want to learn more about that too. So.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
And we're going to log off now.
All right. Love you.
Okay, bye.
Bye.